Hi guys, so today we're going to be making shepherd's pie with a twist. It's going to have sweet potato for the topping and ground turkey used in the filling. So let's get started. So we're going to start off by peeling and cutting up into coins 2 sweet potatoes. And we're going to do this so that we can steam them later. And we're going to steam them instead of boiling them in a pot of boiling water so that we don't lose all their potato flavor in the water. You could also use pumpkin instead of sweet potato if you would like that instead. Either works. And now that we have them all sliced, we're going to put them in a shallow pan and cover it till it's about halfway covered with cold water. It should be halfway up the side. And then we're going to put that on a burner and put it on high heat, covered nice and tight for about 20 minutes until the potatoes are nice and tender. And once the potatoes are nice and tender, we'll remove them from the heat and drain off all the excess liquid and put them right back into the same pan and start mashing. And then we can add a couple tablespoons of butter. I add about 1 tablespoon per potato, so we're going to use 2 here. And then I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of milk. And we don't want to add too much milk because we don't want it to get loose, but we want it to be nice and fluffy and kind of hold that same fluffy texture. So we're going to mix that in, and then I actually add in about a pinch of nutmeg. And I'm going to be using nutmeg in the filling later on, so having a little bit of nutmeg inside of the topping is really nice. So now we can get started on our vegetables for the filling. And I'm starting off by chopping 1 onion, 2 stalks of celery, and 2 carrots. And I also have 2 sprigs of fresh thyme. But if you don't have fresh thyme, you can use 1 teaspoon of the dried. And now we're going to saute all of our vegetables on medium-high heat for about 5 minutes, just until they're tender. When they're nice and tender, I'm going to add a ½ pound of ground turkey, but you can use any meat that you have on hand. And I'm just going to use my spoon to break that up so that it's in bite-sized pieces. To add richness and depth of flavor, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of tomato paste and 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to mix that in, and then I'm going to add 1 cup of frozen peas that have been thawed and ½ cup of chicken broth, and that's going to add a nice gravy to the bottom of our shepherd's pie. I also added a teaspoon of salt, a ½ teaspoon of pepper, and a ½ teaspoon of fresh nutmeg to our filling off camera. Now we're just going to flatten everything out so we can add our potatoes. And now we're going to take our potatoes and put them across the shepherd's pie, putting them as evenly as we possibly can. And we'll take a back of a spoon and we'll just smooth it out so that we cover all of our filling. And we're going to put this in a 400-degree oven for 40 minutes. And 40 minutes later, you have this golden, bubbly, rich, warming, satisfying meal for you and your family to enjoy. Shepherd's pie with a sweet potato top and ground turkey in the filling. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.